what characters, what other than Black Adam, what other like characters create passion, right? That's DC. Joker was one of those, right? We have the passionate thing actually did a really good job.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix poured himself.
Correct. Heath Ledger playing Joker inside of.
Yeah, there's just something extra that happens when an actor really cares about the source material of the character.
And I think in this case, passion means more about they're the driving force behind getting that movie made.
And The Rock has a lot of power in Hollywood right now.
Yeah. I mean, he's been the highest paid actor for the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And he's always been at this. And I think it says a lot when the actor has a hand in getting it made.
But I mean, we're talking about a really cool cast with this movie. Hawkman, Aldous Hodge is an amazing actor. Bond, what's his name? Pierce Brosnan is Dr. Fate. There's a really cool cast being built around this, and for us to know we're going into a movie that's about a villain. You know, the trailer we saw recently is setting him up as a potential hero, but I think at the end of the day, Black Adam is going to remain a villain.
Who else is excited about seeing Black Adam?
Comic books are making him an anti-hero.
Who else is excited about Black Adam? Anybody else?
The peripheral characters is what I'm excited.
See, they feel the same way I do. Like, I honestly, okay, so my thing is that DC movies is like flipping a coin. You never know what you're gonna land.
Not wrong with that.
And so, like, it's very difficult for me to be excited, even for the Batman that's coming out. Right? I'm a huge, look at me. Like, I'm a huge Batman fan, okay? I got shoes in my bag out of the car. I got Batman Converse out of my car. Like, I'm a huge Batman. But the fact of it's just really hard to get excited about something when DC themselves shoot themselves in the foot all the time, get you excited about something, but then when you go see it, you're like, thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, like, come on, give me a break here, like, you know.
But Glenn, that's a
tone
kind
it
of
down some.
cynicism. You know, cynicism.
To what point? It's all facts. It doesn't matter when it's opinionated. Like, this is facts. This is not.
You were only wrong until you're right.
No, I'm not creative. We can go down the list, okay? We can go down there and starting with Justice League on down, right? Yeah, everybody loves Zack Snyder Justice League, but the fact of it took them to do HBO Max to give you something that if they would have put that in the movie theater, that movie would have made $1 million. I mean, $1 billion, guaranteed. Because the fact that everybody wanted to see something like that. Right? So like, this is what applies when it's opinionated. This is all facts.
You can't change the future by the past, is what I'm saying. So, you know, these are not.
It's track. So you tell me
Look,
it's a track record,
an
right?
average person can change every day. The entire company has people coming in and out.
It's getting worse. You just saw yourself discovered. You just the big brother, like Kim says, right? Come in, AT&T tries to do one thing, and then you go in and sell it. Corporate debt, whatever, goes in to sell it to Discovery. And I'm cool with that. I think Discovery will do a great job. But as you're selling these characters, you're telling us that you don't know what to do with it.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example of a movie that I thought was one of the worst ones in the world. Was Zack Snyder's Watchmen. Hated it for years and years.
I actually liked it.
Okay, here's my point. Bear with me for a second, all right? A few weeks ago, I decided I'm going to give it a rewatch. And I could have gone in cynical as hell, but I didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm going to see what it does. You know what? I really liked it. It was good. I was wrong about it. I'm not saying you need to watch past movies like that. What I'm saying is, you need to go forward with that idea of open mind.
So what you're telling me is go back and watch Wonder Woman 84 and it's going to be better than the well.
No. What I'm saying
what you're telling me is, hold on. So what you're telling me is, it was Suicide was actually pretty good. Not the second one, but I like the first one better than the second one. Right? No, I like the first one better. It was a little darker to me than the first one, right?
I'm just saying, so when you move forward in movies, you can't judge them by the past ones that were made. You
Man, look,
Yeah,
that's
that's
all
all
I'm saying. I've had open mind with DC for the last 6 years, and they still ain't done nothing different. So, you know, I mean, so, we can go on and on, right? Like that's.
Yeah, this is just gonna be.
All right, so speaking of keeping an open mind, all right, I think we're all anxious about Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yes, we are.
So with an open mind, let's play Smash, Marry, Kill. Robert Pattinson, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck.
Are you asking who's a better Batman and all that?
He said, smash, marry, kill.
Oh,
You're
you got
familiar
three
with the game,
choices.
right?
I am, and we do that on every time. Yeah, we actually call it the bang harem.
I'm gonna take this one actually.
Okay.
Because I might be a bigger fan of Batman.
I don't do none of that. They're hard legs. So
Let's see, I'm going to murder Pattinson.
Without seeing him?
Right off the bat, let's murder the sparkly Batman. I'm probably gonna smash Ben Affleck.
You're gonna.
But Michael Keaton is my man. I'm gonna marry him. That's my Batman.
that is my Batman as well, 100%. Why do you think? Look, everybody talks about the other Batman, but the question is,
That's my man.
look, everybody talks about all these other Batmans, right? How many Batman characters they brought back to theaters? And you say
that section Ben Affleck.
right?
I'm just saying.
So listen, what other topic you guys want to talk about? What other DC shows you want to
Or
talk about?
Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois. Okay,
See,
so
now that's an interesting title, I think, because you're going with the hero's name and Lois Lane. But
Instead
the
of
previous one was Lois and Clark,
Clark.
and before that, there was, Smallville, and before that.
which is it's funny how you say that, right? Because if you really think about Lois and Clark, if you go back and watch them again for those young people out there, if you really go back to Lois and Clark was really focused on Lois. It wasn't focused on Ken nor Clark nor Superman.
And Terry actually is probably one of the best, most fleshed out Lois we've ever seen.
That's correct. That's why I said and then this one, you really are focused. They're focusing on both of the characters to the point where you get you get
And
family.
You're getting family, you're getting
Right.
family story.
That's very correct.
Family dynamic.
I didn't think about that.
So is that your favorite DC property, right?
Right now, yeah,
So how many people are singing Superman and Lois?
but I'm always everything Superman.
So what season you guys on?
Me too.
The one we're on.
So you're on season 2 right now, right? So so let me ask you guys, right? So how'd you like the whole Steel character, right?
Steel character, talking about what's his name?
Yes, yeah, that guy,
That guy.
yeah. Because they didn't give him a superhero name.
Yeah, but he's still like, come
He
on,
is,
come on.
he is, but I read the original comic book, so he's not the same guy. I know they're getting him from another
Dimension.
universe, another dimension. And I think they did a very good job with his character and bringing in the daughter.
I think so too as well. I thought it was actually really interesting for them to go from the villain to now almost team up with the Superman. But there's a lot of characters that's done Superman like that, right? All from-
But the original still wasn't a
Oh, no, I'm disappointed. I heard everybody say it was gonna be Doomsday, it's gonna be Doomsday, and actually it's like a Bizarro.
Bizarro.
I liked how they doing Bizarro. I thought that was actually, I didn't care.
No,
Honestly,
it was definitely.
look, listen, I think Doomsday is really too much for TV,
I agree.
so like them
Every
doing
time they try to
on,
do it, it's terrible.
right, AKA Tornado, right? So,
Krypton wasn't good in Krypton either.
yeah, so I think them doing Bizarro, I think that was a very good character to deal with, because honestly, the question is, have we ever got a chance to have seen Bizarro play live action, right? And so like, I think that's really good.
It's grown on me. I like the concept. Clark sees everything that he sees, and all of his pain. He has just about the same pain he's got. I like that concept they're doing.
So who likes Superboy, AKA John King,
John
right?
Kent.
Anybody actually enjoying
I
watching
think-
John King going through his thing, or you think he's just a whiny kid?
I think
and
he's
all
just
this
whining.
stuff?
I think he's just whining.
It's a teenager's life.
Yeah, but I think he does a little more than that, right? I think he spends a lot of time, I mean, yeah, they're trying to build this character up, trying to get him to have his identity, but I don't see, I would like them to have growth with him, right? Growth of understanding his superpowers to being, identifying himself, who he is, and so he kind of gets this whole, how to be better than what he was, yesterday. And I think they really kind of waste that with fighting his, yeah, as a teenager, you're gonna fight you're gonna fight who your dad is, you're gonna fight that you have superpower, but at some point, when does he go just save people because he knows it's the right thing to do? You know what I mean? Like,
It will never happen because this is a CW product and they're always gonna play up that cheese.
I don't know, man. Stargirl's pretty good though. Stargirl's actually really good. You don't more than watch what, 2 episodes? Yeah, Stargirl's really good. So who else actually don't like Lois and Clark? Superman and Lois? Okay. Anybody?
Can we talk about Peacemaker yet?
Who's seen Peacemaker?
Here we go.
Okay. Anybody, now this is full conversation. You saw the ending of Peacemaker?
Yeah.
Okay. So fine, let's have this conversation about Peacemaker. Does
anyone out here think Peacemaker is the best thing DC is doing?
Did you just say theme?
And there are plenty of people who agree with me, Mr. John over there.
Okay, if you want to call a bunch of people just dancing like fools,
That's called an intro. It's not a television
That
show.
is the best intro ever.
So look, I was
You've been trying, I don't think so.
So look,
I skipped it. I only saw it twice. I just couldn't do it.
so look, I will say
Gunn
this.
is amazing.
Okay,
Gunn
look.
has taken another wrestler and turned him into an icon in our society. I mean, he took Batista,
Moving on.
what he did, now he's taking Cena and making him an absolute star.
So look,
How about the
I will say
fact
this,
that he
right?
has dominated in 2 different, in Marvel and DC?
Yes, I mean, he's.
So look, I would say this, right? I would give Pacemaker probably the best show, the DC show on HBO Max.
Oh, please tell me what's better on CW than.
I mean, you have a lot of different things that relate to people better than people. I think Superman and Lois is actually better than Pacemaker, right? But it all depends on the genre and who actually watches. Everybody gets a chance to watch Pacemaker, but everybody can watch Superman and Lois. It just depends on the dynamics. At the end of the day, what did you guys think about Pacemaker? Anybody? Peacemaker.
As long as it's working.
What did you think about Peacemaker?
It doesn't work.
I like it.
Peacemaker doesn't work.
Okay, why didn't you like Peacemaker?
It's too forced, in my opinion. Like John Cena tries too hard to do his character. It just doesn't feel like it's real.
I like that, yes.
I'll say this.
Everybody else is good. It's just his is
I didn't like Vigilante.
It seemed like
His was over the
it
top.
seemed like a
But it's
wrestling
meant like
persona.
that. But it's meant to be like that. That's how they're playing Vigilante too. He's a forced character. It's over the top compared to other DC shows.
It's like I was telling him, it's pretty much the Deadpool of DC.
Well, I wouldn't know. Don't
go there.
Don't run that.
All right, so
It
what
was,
was saying?
I mean, it was, I-
Vigilante has strong Deadpool vibes, and if you don't see it, you're just ignoring it on purpose.
John Cena's performance, it was a WWE persona. Like his shtick was definitely reminiscent of his
The
origins.
thing that separates it is Gunn's writing. Gunn wrote that show beautifully. I mean, every episode was just,
The dialogue is
the dialogue is incredible, thank you.
so clever.
So in other words, what you're saying is you can put anybody else in the suit and the show would have been good.
James Gunn is the
Yes.
best man.
Okay, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Who else liked Peacemaker?
No, praise be to God.
You don't count, man. You don't count. Go ahead, kid. What do you want to say?
Man, I enjoyed the hell out of the show. I didn't at first. I mean, I was like,
Just the fact that they dropped so many DDF-less characters. in
my
this
gosh,
show, they're
DC
now part of
reference
the DC
after reference,
continuity.
man.
Kite Man is now part of the DC continuity.
This show
because of
is
this show.
for a DC nerd,
What was-
and
was
like
the
if you're a
Bat
DC
Sim? What's his
nerd,
name? The Bat Sim.
Oh, bad
Batman, thank you. I mean, there's some crazy things that got introduced in the DC continuity because of this show that we would have never dreamed we'd see brought into continuity.
But my question,
including that season finale, the big reveal in the season finale,
Yes!
which was Like,
So my thing's like this, right? It's like this though. Like we talk about all the references and the funny jokes, which I think it really makes a really good TV show, right? But the question is like, where do you go after making this, right? What happens next? Like, what are you trying to build? Like, and then is DC going to keep the continuity going, right? Is it going to associate with what's going on? Because again, you have this here on the right, but then the hand on the left don't know what the right hand is doing. You know what I'm saying? So like,
That's always been one of DC's problems, is they've never had somebody who's running things from the top down.
Doesn't have a fighting.
And they have always just kind of thrown everything at the wall, see what sticks. Sometimes things do, and it doesn't match up with other things that stick to the wall.
I don't want
So it
pasta on
doesn't
the
work.
wall to stick. I just want pasta to be good.
Good pasta sticks to the wall.
I know, I just want good pasta.
Metaphor aside, what I'm saying is.
Speaking of continuity, how do y'all feel and what do you think it does to the DC universe for Batman to not have continuity, for it not to be,
There is
part
no
of it?
continuity. Like, you can't ask a question that's not even there.
I know, that's what I'm saying,
The
since
thing
he's,
is, the director, Matt, of the new Batman, he specifically demanded in his contract that the Batman would have no part of any DC.
so one of your two
Well,
most
that's hard
primary
to say that
DC characters
because
is
you
no
have-
longer part of the
That's
universe.
hard to
is
say
that version of that?
Well,
So it has to be that version, right?
That means
Because-
Pattinson's Batman will never cross over with.
And
You'll
that's-
never have a Justice League with Pattinson.
And
You'll
that's-
never have anything with Superman and
Unless
Pattinson.
Matt Reeves introduces
Well,
it,
that's,
they
to
get
me,
it.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's trying to do the same thing Christopher Nolan did, right? When they did the Batman with Christian Bale. So, I mean, honestly, I think it's a bad idea, because you can't build anything off of one character, right? Other studios, I'm not calling names, but other studios show that you can build a trilogy, but then it's like more when you actually build on that universe and giving others perspective and, you know, officer to get them to put inside of other people's movies. But I think having Michael Keaton playing Batman is going to change the game and it's going to force him to do something. It's going to force him to like, okay, because we still can possibly get Batman Beyond because Michael Keaton's old. The hell, like, what can he do, right? You have Batgirl, you know, have an opportunity that I hope they give us Batman Beyond because they give us
The fact that Batgirl has the same Commissioner Gordon as the Snyderverse is a very interesting move moving forward.
very correct. So I think that he's losing out on the fact of not combining them together. I think that he's going to be shit out of luck. Excuse the French for any kids out there.
I kind of feel like that's what DC is lacking versus Marvel is that, I mean, what would Marvel be if Thor was a if there was no continuity in Thor, if there was no continuity in Iron Man, like how would that have ever come together with Avengers and Infinity War and Endgame if all those people had different stories and then you make an Infinity War and all the actors are different than the ones that did their solo movies?
I think that brings us to the upcoming Flash. Because I really do think DC, Warner Brothers right now is thinking that they can get a cohesive universe moving forward through a Flashpoint situation.
Here's the thing also to add, right, is that I believe you're going to see a dramatic change in how DC does things when they go to Discovery. I think Discovery has a better idea how to create a universe, how to create something that establishes connectivity.
Why do you think Discovery Channel?
Because the guy who actually is charged of Discovery Channel, you look at what he's actually done when it comes to live TV, right? He's connected things very well. Discovery Channel is something that people actually do enjoy watching, to where it gives them another platform that allows them to bring more revenue. And they're going to copy, because you have to think about it, Discovery Channel looks at HGTV, right? They kind of compete with each other when it comes to different things. And so Discovery's gonna do the same thing. They're gonna be like, look, Marvel's over here doing this. What do we need to do to create this next universe? It takes somebody outside the box to think about things versus trying to get a paycheck like the executives of Warner Brothers. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, for them, it's not about paycheck, it's about longevity. And I think that's what's gonna make a whole lot of difference. Hey,
To date, they've made the better paychecks too. The continuity of that universe has
Correct.
made better paychecks than DC so far.
Spider-Man is
Yeah.
about to overtake everything. Marvel products.
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. That's tomorrow thing tomorrow. And what other show you guys, TV show, movie you guys want to talk about when it comes to DC?
That just-
Stargirl. Who watched
Because-
Stargirl?
I watched Stargirl, and for it being on television, for kids to watch, first season, excellent. Second season brings in that fun and ties even more back to some of these heroes that we never heard of before, but we know they're back there behind.
Very true. Yeah, Green Lantern on TV first time, we know his daughter, right? They actually bring in a lot of actually stuff that you don't get a chance to see. That we haven't got a chance to see, thought we were gonna get, even with John Diggle, but they didn't decide to do it yet. So you get a chance to see this stuff on Stargirl. I thought it was really good. I thought the continuity, the storyline from season 2 was really good. Who didn't like Stargirl? Who doesn't watch Stargirl? So everybody here has watched Stargirl or not watched Stargirl? I know you watched it. What do you guys in the back here? You guys watched it yet or no?
Maybe the first season, but I haven't watched all six.
Can you pass the third episode?
I think when you have these smaller shows, you have a chance to bring in characters that are lesser known, explore them a little bit more. You know, you were talking about JSA, and that's what you're interested in, is these characters that have been in the past, and that's kind of what Stargirl is doing at the same
Yeah.
time.
That's
Is
very correct.
exploring people that, most people don't know about. I mean,
Legends did it first though.
yeah.
Legends tomorrow did it first.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, anytime you can go back and find these characters that people don't know about, and it gives you an opportunity as kind of a blank canvas, to use, what you know about them, but then paint them as their own people. And I think that's a great opportunity for writers and directors to show anyone who doesn't know them that these characters can still be relevant and still be used in really interesting ways. And I think that's great.
I thought it was interesting that that show in particular was portraying teenagers acting like teenagers, even though they had some super something around them. From the hiding it from the parents to the, I'm gonna sneak in the room just to chat with my girlfriend.
Absolutely.
These are things that teenagers do, and
No.
not just Buffy.
Right. None of that Smallville stuff. Let's do the drama first, and superhero stuff second. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. I think they've done a really good job of keeping that going from the top to bottom. John, you seen something?
Please,
okay, buddy?
No.
Yeah, right over there.
What are you watching right now? That you don't like?
I mean, it was mid, I mean, it was. So most of the time.
That's good. Anybody see Titans?
Y'all.
So, okay, raise your hand if you did not. Thank you, Justin. Take the words right out of my mouth, Justin. Raise your hand if you like Titans. Raise your hand if you did not like Titans. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to him either. So, young lady, you raised your hand. You watched Titans, right? What did you like about Titans?
I thought it was different than what usually put out, and I just like the Titans backstory.
Who's your favorite Titan?
Probably Raven.
I thought they did a fairly good job of it. I don't think it was a great show overall, but I thought they did a really good job.
I don't know. I'm still a little twisted on some of the things that she did in season 3, especially going to the Amazonian world. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it did anything for her. Other
It felt
than,
very secondary.
yeah, like I don't feel like it did anything. And it also
Secondary about this
they
whole
didn't
season.
apply. They didn't apply that whatever she learned in the remaining part of the season. Like it was like it seemed like they just want to remove her out the way.
Pacing was so weird, like Raven wasn't in the show, wasn't in the show, then suddenly she was. So
when
weird.
they needed her in the show, and she showed up and she did, speaking spoilers, right? This is for the conversation. But when Dick got shot in the neck, you know what I'm saying? Like, they needed her to actually help bring him back, you know, from what she had going on. And now listen, that was kind of creepy on how he dressed up as the Joker, being on Jason Todd. Anybody thought that was kind of crazy? No, everybody thought that was just a normal thing. Okay. You know, you see that, right?
They killed my man Hawk.
It did kill Hawk.
But there is a reason why Hawk is dead. No,
So
Alan
maybe
Richardson,
Jack
who's the actor of Hawk, said, I don't want to do this show no more. I want to go do Reacher. So there's a reason why he's dead. It wasn't by choice.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I heard Reacher's pretty good. But that's why he actually dipped out, right? That wasn't necessarily.
I want to play him.
You know, if it was like storyline wise and like it was getting rid of him on purpose, but like he didn't say he wanted to do this.
I personally really like that episode, the afterlife episode where they were.
I thought Afterlife was so
I thought
good too.
because just metaphorically, it was just really cool. The things they did, you know, getting on the train, you know, the car, it was all.
Bullet, get the gun.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I like
Hey,
that was probably my favorite.
It's funny how he was showing his Reacher life before the show. Like, think about it, like, he got guns. Like, dude, you don't play with guns. You hit people with bats and stuff.
Right.
He got the guns. He got a chance to shoot people. I guess he was trying to show off his move. That this is my demo tape right here, sir. There you go, right?
I just like when the show steps aside stylistically, try something.
Right.
Crazy.
It honestly
Even
had
if it
a
worked
decent
out.
kind of feeling.
So what you guys think about Tim Drake? Did you like him?
I thought he was lying.
But I thought he might have been a little whiny. But I mean, he was.
And ineffective most of the
That's
time.
not true, because Tim Drake had his back, he became a very good detective, figure out who Batman was, who Robin was, who is Nightwing. So then also too, he had his own little thing in his house, stuff like that. I don't want to die. I mean, who wants to die though, man? Like,
I like Tim Drake because, you know, when the city went into just chaos, he locked down his neighborhood, used his brother's gang to protect the people in that
I
neighborhood.
thought he used
It was strategic thinking. Like, yeah, he wasn't the best version of that, but they still did show off his intelligence.
So what do you think about Tim Drake?
I know you're going to me. I don't really have an opinion on Tim Drake.
Okay.
Because it was, again, it felt secondary to what else was going on with the show. For
So
everybody else-
let's get to the meat of the conversation, right? When it comes to Titans, what you thought about Scarecrow? Like that's the whole.
And he was like,
He was okay.
Do you think he was really like somebody on this panel says that he was just a Riddler, just covered in Scarecrow?
I do, it does feel more like Riddler than Scarecrow, but
That was not Jonathan Crane.
They did
That was Edward Nygma.
They
They
did
just couldn't use Edward
But
Nygma
does-
because he's about to be in the
But it's not
Batman.
Jonathan Crane smart though.
Not that kind of smart. He
well,
was
yeah,
not 12 steps
he was,
ahead of
but
Batman
if you
smart.
think about that, Jonathan Crane, he was smart in
He
Dark
uses- He uses his chemicals to get an advantage because he is not smart enough to just truly move ahead of a Batman type person. He is not Edward Nygma. He is not the chess player that moves the pawns and gets ahead of Batman. That's not who he is.
but I mean,
This
he's
is
a
an Edward
psychologist.
Nygma story used as a Jonathan Crane.
He is a psychologist though, so he
Right.
does have some, but he's not going up against Batman, he's going against teenagers.
It started in this season, it was, I mean, he got Batman out of the way first. He broke Batman.
well, he
Because
broke from
Batman was gonna kill himself.
by killing Joker. So what you guys think about the whole Kingdom Come Batman in this one? Because I'm assuming that's in Kingdom Come comics, does Batman kill Joker?
He didn't feel like Batman at all.
He's never felt like that in all three seasons.
He's Bruce Wayne.
And it made no sense. I'm gonna go into a mansion and burn it and kill myself, and then Don Troy goes there and saves him, and then all of a sudden now she's
And
back.
it was like 5 or 6 different people wrote storylines and they just threw them all
It
together.
did feel like it was like it was very complete on all.
They're like, you got this character, you got this one, you got this one. let's just
No
make it work.
cohesion whatsoever.
Starfire, you know, not losing her powers. I thought it was really good. They kept that going all the way through to get the end.
But Starfire, she didn't ever do anything in the
It
series,
was a
except
worthless
maybe
storyline.
shoot fire out of her hands. That's about it.
I would have been happier if Titans had focused on just one storyline the entire season, stuck with that. It
Like they
seemed
did,
that
like they did season 1 and like they did season 2.
if they had not
Right.
got so distracted,
It's not,
just
it's not really season 2 is a positive example.
Season 2, you got Superboy. Superboy
He
came in.
kills Wonder Girl with a power pole.
I mean, at the end, okay, look, I'm not talking about the end of it, right? I'm talking about the overall season itself,
yeah,
okay?
just storyline.
You can't take one moment and say, F all this other stuff. That one moment, yeah, it was garbage. But I have to say, like with Superboy doing the guards, you know what I'm saying, the second season was really good. Like whoever got a chance to see Superboy on TV, like the stuff he did, you know what I mean? Like in Crypto.
What do y'all think about what they did to Beast Boy?
I mean, what is it? Can you do 2 animals now?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
He's just limited on that. He's supposed to be able to change a whole bunch of stuff. You limited it from the beginning.
Yeah.
again, it goes back to what budget might be. You know what I mean? Like I look at it on more of a economic standpoint sometimes versus just changing
If
it.
you don't have the money to tell a good story, don't tell the story.
Well, that's why they don't use these boards often.
A good cinematographer can fake it too.
If they
can
have
fake
a
it.
budget to make the green tiger, they have a budget to make another green
A
animal.
green elephant.
Instead of doing the tiger, just make a different animal for that
That's
story.
right.
They just always went for the same one because that's,
Lazy story though.
yeah,
Lazy story.
I have a question.
42.
Has anyone been watching, Young Justice, Antiques?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all like, how y'all like that?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the art was really impressive.
Where is that show?
HBO Max.
Yeah, all DC stuff is on the show. That's right.
And I do like how they changed over. They did the what's his name? Dr. Fate. They did the Dr. Fate story.
Yeah, the magic.
With the magic side of it. I thought that was actually really neat. I thought that they really did deep on because what was it? It was the Tiger storyline. With the
Martian
storyline.
Martian storyline.
I thought the beginning was the only bad part about it was Superboy dying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was actually kind of crazy, but I wasn't digging the whole Martian thing.
I didn't either.
It got good for me when they showed the Batman, when they showed Orphan, they showed
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Batman Incorporated. That was my favorite.
I think they did a really good job, and then they did the Zendaya, not the Dr. Fate, Zatanna. They did the Zatanna movement. I thought it was actually really neat how they did that too as well.
I mean, they basically, it was multiple small seasons within the entire season. You had the Martian storyline, you had, the magic storyline, you had the Tiger storyline. And I thought that was a cool thing that they did, was just telling small, compact stories, focusing on just a few characters and not trying to do this massive Teen Titans Justice League thing.
I agree.
They got focused, and that's what I was saying about Titans is, I think Titans in season 3 lost focus.
100%.
Anybody watch Flash or anything like that on CW? What CW shows do you guys watch?
I've watched Arrow, Flash, and
Okay. Anybody watch Batwoman?
I saw the first season of Batwoman and I just missed the latest.
Yeah, you got better. Batwing and stuff like that's on there. So what, you watched all Supergirl to the final?
I have not watched all of Supergirl. I think, like I stopped Supergirl, then I started watching Arrow and Flash, and then Supergirl just came out.
So you just been watching the old school stuff, huh? I get it. I understand.
Good for you.
Enjoy yourself, man. It's really good stuff, right? Make sure you watch Legend tomorrow because it fills in the gaps for a lot of the storylines and other ones. Anybody see? Yes.
I was wondering, so the new season of Flash is coming out for, Netflix. Yeah, but, how are they gonna close out the whole Flash on TV thing? Is it just gonna keep going, or does it have an end in sight? What do y'all see?
We don't
for the future?
know. Greg Gustin just got signed for the 9th season. So it's gonna be the longest running Arrowverse show. So we don't necessarily know how they're gonna do it. I don't know. The same way that DC's doing the movies is the same way they're doing the TV shows because they're coming out with Gotham Knights. That's not what you think it is from the game. Gotham Knights is going to deal with Batman dying and then one of the Robins gets with the kids of the villains. So that's coming out. There's another.
That sounds terrible.
There's another. Yeah, Naomi is out right now.
I tried Naomi. I love that comic book, but I don't like the show.
Yeah, so
I like
yeah,
the comic.
yeah, that
Don't
coming
like the
out.
show.
No, it's not right now.
Yeah, and then there's another one that they got. Oh, so there's some possibly doing a Justice League U, okay? A Justice U. So how that involves is going to involve John Diggle dealing with his Green Lantern issue. You're watching the Batwoman or Superman Lois or the Flash, any of those. John Diggle's been in a lot of those shows, and he's battled with being Green Lantern. And so they're talking about doing a Justice League U where he trains high school kids, either they're undercover, not high school, college kids, either undercover or they're high school kids who have powers that want to change the world. And he helps do that. So those are two shows they got pilots for. So,
So 24 Jump Street.
yeah.
Yes,
So-
a superhero version.
Right. So I don't necessarily
I like
know,
that description.
I don't necessarily know how that's actually going to go. Right. Yeah.
As long as he plays with like Ice Cube, we're good.
Right. So that's correct. So I don't necessarily know how it's going to go at all. I don't necessarily know what's about to happen. So that answers your question. I don't know what direction the CW is going in. I don't really know what DC is. Only thing I can do is when you throw it out, I'll watch it. I'll tell you if it's up. If it's good, great. If it's up, great. I'll let you know. But I can't depend. I can't depend on them to come up with continuity. Only one does continuity is what we're gonna do tomorrow. It's on the MCU or not. It's the Marvel show. We're talking Marvel TV movie. That's the only one that I can guarantee. Say Moon Knight's gonna be incorporated in the MCU. She-Hulk's gonna be incorporated. Like, I can say they're gonna do it because Kevin Feige. Correct, right?
That's what they're missing. That's what DC's missing is that architect in Kevin Feige. They need that guy. And they thought it was Snyder, but it apparently wasn't. Because
It could have been Snyder.
it could have been, but he
But then
had
you had
no.
other people that were like, no, I want my opinion.
How about-
And he's like, no.
How about a DC concept or personality that's not currently in production that you want to see?
A real good Batman.
Fair enough.
I mean,
Who's gonna-
the fact that we're gonna get a Green Lantern. I think Green Lantern is something you've never seen a good.
The Green Lantern Corps,
version. But the fact that we're gonna get a Green Lantern Corps, I hope they do it well.
They need to do it like a Kyle Rayner run.
Well,
and not
apparently,
like the
from what I've
first one.
heard, it's gonna be kind of like a Tarantino type story where they're gonna tell different stories at different times. So we're probably gonna get a Jon Stewart, we're probably gonna get a Kyle Rayner, we're gonna see different.
Gardner.
Yeah,
Listen, we got extra 9 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for coming to the panel. By the way, come on, check out our website, www.completeauthority.com. We have these conversations all the time. You can check out our YouTube channel, our Facebook. We love you actually go to YouTube right now. I think I'm giving away, actually I am giving away movie tickets. So if you go and search on YouTube for CNA TV, you subscribe to the channel, you get a chance to win a $50 gift card to go see a movie, okay? So go ahead and actually subscribe to that now. CNA TV, all one word, okay? Next thing, you do the Marvel panel here tomorrow, 11 o'clock, right?
11 o'clock.
I mean, yeah, 11 o'clock, so come on stage. And if you actually came to the panel, come get your comment. So you guys don't rush. Come get your one. I didn't get a chance to give away. I'm just gonna give that stuff away at our nerdy trivia. That we actually do. We also have nerdy trivia too. Nerdy trivia is going to be during the cosplay contest, which I think you guys really need to come. Because you really need to come. Come on, come get it. You guys really need to come because you guys really need to come because it's going to be cold outside. So if you don't want to be cold, I'm like, hey, let's go. You got anyone you want.
Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it.
Sorry, I know we're giving away. We can do a lot of talking.